diesel related, but this is my everyday driver to go back and forth to work. And apparently I need to replace the rear pads and the pad sensors, so that's what we're going to do today. Alright, we're going to replace the rear brakes on this 2020 Encore GX. The brake pad monitor come on, so now we're going to replace it. And
first, I'll lift the rear of the car and lock it in with a jack stand for safety. What comes off, then I pull the 2 caliper slide bolts and remove the caliper. Rotor comes off next. I check the rotors and they're still within spec. No warping, no issues, so we're running them. Next up, I tackle the wheel hub. Time to get rid of all that nasty dirt and rust buildup. All right, time to clean up this caliper bracket. I'm going to scrape off all that crusty old grease and swap out any parts that are past their prime. I took out the slide bolts and yanked off those old anti-rattle clips, then sprayed some brake cleaner into the bolt holes to blast away all the built-up gunk and old grease. I gave those slide bolts a good cleanup and took a closer look to see if they were getting worn out before I reinstalled them. Once I got those caliper brackets all cleaned up, I slapped some fresh brake grease on the slide bolts and got them sliding smooth again before putting everything back together. I also snagged the new anti-rattle clips and threw a little grease on the back before sticking them on the bracket. After that, it was time to reassemble everything. I slapped some anti-seize compound on the hub and little studs, then basically did the whole thing in reverse to get it all back together. I repeated the same process on the passenger side, which is where I found the brake pad monitor sensor hanging out. So here's the thing with OEM brake pads. They've got the sensor built right into the pad itself. But when you go the aftermarket route, you get the sensor as a separate piece, and the pads come with a groove where you can slide that sensor in.
Alright, might be a little hard to see. Got a light on it. Try not to get in the shadow. But disconnect right here. This is where that cable goes to, so I'm going to disconnect that, put the new one in, route it in the same direction, and then I'll show you how it gets put on the brake pad. Alright, so right over there's that connector. It wraps around, comes back around. Just put it right in here, and then when I put the brake caliper mount back on, this piece will go in. And then we'll put this inside the brake pad. Alright, so I got the brake caliper back on there, got it bolted up, got to torque it down. But apparently, there's a real little clip on the inside of this sensor. It will pop off. Trust me, I found out the hard way. So I found the clip, I'm getting ready to put it on. It actually goes on after the brake caliper is installed and goes around from the back. So you can see that little piece, that sensor, gets installed right here on the back. It's got that little clip, slides right in, comes around, mounts right there to the brake caliper. Alright? Alright, so I torqued the slide bolts to 30 foot-pounds. I'm going to put the wheels back on, the wheel back on, tighten it up, set it on the ground, torque the wheels. I'm going to go check the brake fluid in the front, put the cap back on the master cylinder, and get in, pump it up a few times, make sure the brakes is going to work, and then I'm going to give her a little spin. Hopefully everything will work out alright. Alright, we're going to crank this thing up, pump the brakes a little bit, see if this service monitor brake goes away. I was told it might go away after about 15 seconds or so. It don't appear that it's doing that. So we're going to dismiss it, cut it off, and see if it happens again, if it comes back. Alright, so I tried to clear the fault for the brake pad monitoring system. I can't do it. The little wheel on the dash, I can't clear it from that. Apparently it needs a software update, so I even tried my Autel 808 scanner and try to clear it. I gotta take it to the Buick, see if they can get they gotta do an update on it. So other than that, we're all good. Brakes work fine. Still got to go to Buick and get a software update. Alrighty. If you liked it, let me know. Got any questions? Leave them below. Thanks.